Hey everyone, tonight we're diving into a truth that most manifestation videos won't tell you, a truth so radical, it might just change everything you thought you knew about making your dreams come true. Picture this. You're scrolling through endless videos promising quick fixes, easy attraction, and magical shortcuts to your desires. You watch, you hope, but the results, elusive like chasing shadows in the dark. The harsh reality is this: just watching manifestation content won't manifest anything for you. You probably won't survive this realization unchanged. Manifestation has become a trendy buzzword wrapped in sparkling phrases about the law of attraction and universal energy. But if you think passive watching and wishful thinking are enough, you're trapped in the mirage. The ancient philosophers who laid the groundwork for manifestation understood something deeper. Manifestation requires movement, intention, and most importantly, action. It's not a spectator sport. Historically, the concept of manifestation is intertwined with the principle of cause and effect, deeply rooted in ancient Hermetic laws. The idea that as above, so below means your inner world and outer world reflect each other, but reflection alone does not create change. Action is the catalyst. Oddly, did you know that the phrase manifest destiny first appeared in 19th century America as a political term for expansion? Manifestation has always carried the weight of purposeful action, not just wishful dreaming. Historians still debate whether early spiritual teachings emphasized action or contemplation more, but one thing's clear: without action, manifestation is an empty promise. So before you get too comfortable watching, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you really like what I do here. Drop your location and local time in the comments. I want to know where you're tuning in from tonight. Now turn off the lights, maybe turn on the fan for some soothing noise, and let's get started tonight. The illusion of passive manifestation. You shuffle along the crowded path of self-help content surrounded by voices promising effortless success, with nothing more than a flicker of belief or a whispered affirmation. But here's the kicker: manifestation is not a passive experience. The world isn't going to rearrange itself because you watched a YouTube video or repeated a mantra while binge-watching your favorite show. If manifestation were that simple, the planet would be flooded with lottery winners and overnight gurus. Manifestation requires more than just belief. It demands a fusion of focused intention and deliberate action. Think of it as tuning a radio. You can want the signal all you like, but until you twist the dial and align the antenna, all you get is static. Your desires are frequencies waiting to be dialed in, but the radio needs your hand, your adjustment. This is where most people falter. They confuse wishful thinking with genuine preparation. Interestingly, even ancient mystics warned against idle wishing. The Stoics, for example, preached rigorous self-discipline paired with acceptance of what can be controlled, the actions you take, while letting go of attachment to the results. Marcus Aurelius didn't meditate on riches and glory. He focused on virtue and effort, knowing that outcomes were often beyond control. Odd fact: neuroscientists have discovered that the brain's mirror neurons only activate through observed or executed actions, which might explain why passive watching alone doesn't fire up the neural pathways needed to translate desire into reality. Manifestation needs you to engage the brain's full machinery, not just watch it like a movie. Historians still debate how early metaphysical teachings balanced faith and action, but modern research affirms one thing: focused effort is the engine of transformation. So if you want real manifestation, you've got to stop being a spectator. You've got to start playing the game. Harnessing focus. The forgotten key to manifestation. You move deeper into the jungle of manifestation advice, where distractions lurk like vines, ready to tangle your progress. Focus, real undiluted focus, is the secret ingredient that separates fleeting daydreams from actual change. It's like shining a laser pointer through fog. The light needs precision to pierce through and ignite the target. The truth is, most people's attention is scattered across a dozen screens, endless notifications, and a barrage of noise that fragments their energy. When your mind is a scattered mess, manifestation becomes a chaotic broadcast, more noise than signal. That's why the Brotherhood of Light and countless sages across time emphasize the mastery of focus as essential to awakening true power. Historically, ancient practices from Zen meditation to the Hermetic teachings stress the cultivation of single-pointed attention. The Greek word hypomone, often translated as endurance or perseverance, was a key virtue in Stoic philosophy, emphasizing sustained effort and mental clarity. Without it, manifestation slips through your fingers like sand. Odd fact, research into attention spans reveals that modern humans now have an average focus span shorter than a goldfish, roughly 8 seconds. This quirky statistic might explain why so many are stuck in the endless cycle of starting but never completing their manifesting journey. Historians still debate whether this drop in focus is a cause or consequence of our digital age, but there's no denying the challenge it poses. To manifest anything worthwhile, you must reclaim your attention like a treasure hunter reclaiming lost gold. Align your mind with your desire and the universe listens. Action over wishful thinking, the manifestation myth. You might have heard the phrase, "Just think it and it will come." Sounds dreamy, right? But here's a reality. Check manifestation isn't about passive wishing or endlessly watching videos while waiting for magic. It's about taking deliberate, inspired action. Yes, moving your body and choices in alignment with your desires. The Brotherhood of Light understood this well. They taught that energy must flow through physical channels, and intention without action is like a fire without oxygen, smothered and weak. Jesus' teachings weren't just ethereal words. They embodied a call to live with purpose, to engage fully with the material world as a reflection of the spiritual. Historically, philosophers like William James argued that belief without action is hollow. The same sentiment echoed in ancient texts such as the Bhagavad Gita, which exhorts warriors to act without attachment to outcomes, a profound message about focused effort over passive waiting. Oddly enough, some modern manifestors still cling to the myth that sitting still and thinking positively is enough. But neuroscience shows that our brains are wired to respond and adapt to physical movement and environmental feedback, meaning manifestation demands participation. Historians still debate the balance between divine will and human effort, but the evidence is clear: to create real change, you must step off the sidelines and into the arena. Dream big, yes, but then roll up your sleeves and do the work. The science of vibration. Aligning frequency for manifestation. You've probably heard that everything is vibration, and in a way that's true, but there's a lot more nuance to it. Manifestation hinges on your ability to consciously raise and align your personal frequency with the reality you want to create. Think of yourself as a radio tuner. If you're stuck on static, you won't catch the clear signals of your desires. The Brotherhood of Light taught that the pineal gland acts as the biological antenna for these vibrations, amplifying your spiritual frequency and syncing you with the universal flow of energy. Jesus' parables about sowing seeds or fishing weren't just stories. They were coded lessons on vibrational alignment and harvest. Scientific studies back this up. Everything from quantum physics to the emerging field of epigenetics suggests that energy and consciousness are deeply intertwined. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions emit measurable frequencies that influence your environment in subtle but real ways. Here's a quirky fact: plants grow faster when exposed to certain sound frequencies, demonstrating how energy vibrations affect physical matter. It's no leap to imagine your own body responding similarly to vibrational tuning. Historians still debate the extent of early Christian mystical knowledge of these principles, but what's undeniable is that vibration is a fundamental force. To manifest your dreams, you must fine-tune your frequency through meditation, positive emotion, and focused intention until you resonate with your desired reality. Remember, you're not just a passive receiver. You're an active participant in the universe's energetic dance. Align your frequency and watch the world respond. The power of belief. Reprogramming the mind for success. Now that you understand vibration, let's talk about belief, one of the most powerful forces shaping your reality. The Brotherhood of Light knew that belief isn't just a mental idea. It's a deep cellular conviction that rewires your brain and body to accept new possibilities. Jesus often challenged his followers to have faith as small as a mustard seed, emphasizing that even tiny belief can move mountains. But what does that really mean? Faith is a form of mental programming, a reset that shifts your subconscious patterns away from limitation and toward abundance. Neuroscience reveals that our brains are plastic, They can rewire neural pathways based on repeated thoughts and emotions. By consciously choosing empowering beliefs, you change how your brain responds to the world. The pineal gland acts as a gateway, translating these new beliefs into energetic signals that shift your frequency. An odd fact: placebo effects prove the mind's power to heal and transform the body simply through belief. If the brain can trigger real physiological change through expectation, imagine the possibilities when belief is directed toward manifesting your goals. Historians still debate whether Jesus taught specific mind reprogramming techniques, but many mystical traditions trace their roots to his message. Reprogramming your beliefs is essential if you want manifestation to move beyond wishful thinking into real results. For you, this means taking control of your internal dialogue, challenging doubts, and nurturing beliefs that support your dreams. The Brotherhood's secret is simple, yet profound: belief fuels vibration, and vibration creates reality. So cultivate unshakable faith, your future depends on it. The alchemy of thought, refining your inner dialogue. As you journey deeper, you realize that the quality of your thoughts directly shapes the reality you manifest. The Brotherhood of Light taught that thoughts are not just fleeting mental events, but energetic vibrations that program your subconscious and influence your pineal gland's activation. Jesus illustrated this power through parables, showing how seeds of belief grow into life-altering harvests. Your mind is your alchemist, capable of transforming ordinary experiences into golden opportunities or spinning them into illusions of limitation. Cognitive science supports this. Neuroplasticity proves your brain rewires based on repeated thought patterns, reinforcing habits that either empower or imprison you. The Brotherhood understood this centuries ago, advocating mindfulness as a sacred practice to cultivate positive, focused thought. Here's an odd but true fact: people can literally change their brain chemistry through visualization and affirmation, a process modern science calls self-induced neurochemical modulation. This is the secret sauce behind manifestation. Historians still debate how much the early church embraced these mystical mind teachings, often overshadowed by dogma, but esoteric traditions kept them alive. For you, refining your inner dialogue means consciously choosing thoughts that align with your highest goals. Replace doubt with certainty, fear with curiosity, and watch your energetic blueprint shift. Remember, the alchemy of thought is ongoing. It's the inner work that fuels all outer results. The power of emotion, fueling your manifestation engine. Now you see that emotion is the energetic fuel that propels your thoughts into reality. The Brotherhood of Light emphasized that without emotional charge, even the clearest intention remains inert. A spark needs tinder to ignite a flame. Jesus' teachings reveal this subtle truth: faith is more than belief. It's a profound feeling of certainty that moves mountains. Your emotional state tunes the pineal gland's frequency, either opening it wide to divine energy or closing it off in doubt and fear. Modern psychology confirms this link. Emotional intensity strengthens memory and focus, which in turn shape your subconscious programming and physical health. The Brotherhood's ancient practices included cultivating elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and compassion as keys to unlocking Christ consciousness. Here's a curious fact: heart-brain coherence studies show that synchronized heart rhythms enhance cognitive function and emotional balance, aligning your entire being for manifestation. Historians still debate whether early Christians understood the science behind emotional power or simply experienced its effects mystically. Regardless, this wisdom has endured in spiritual lineages worldwide. For you, harnessing emotion means cultivating feelings that align with your desires. Notice when negativity creeps in and gently redirect your heart's energy toward positivity. Emotion is the engine. Your mind is the driver. Together, they steer the journey toward your manifested. Breaking the habit of passive watching. You've probably found yourself endlessly scrolling through manifestation videos, soaking up motivation but seeing little change. The Brotherhood of Light would call this the illusion of action-consuming knowledge without embodying it. Jesus didn't preach passive hope. He called for active faith, a living, breathing force that moves through deliberate choice and effort. Manifestation isn't a spectator sport. It demands your full participation. Modern neuroscience shows that passive media consumption dulls neural pathways for motivation and executive function, while active engagement strengthens the brain's ability to initiate change. Oddly, studies find that people often overestimate the benefits of watching inspirational content and underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. Historians still debate whether early spiritual teachers used storytelling as a call to action or merely to inspire contemplation. The Brotherhood's approach was clear knowledge without application is wasted energy. For you, this means the moment to stop just watching and start doing is now. Set a daily practice, whether journaling, visualization, or intentional steps that turns your dreams into lived experience. Remember, manifesting is about moving from observer to creator. Step off the sidelines and into your power. Cultivating focus amid distraction. You shuffle through a world buzzing with distractions. Social media notifications, endless streams of content, all designed to scatter your attention. The Brotherhood of Light recognized that focus is the alchemist's stone in manifestation, transforming intention into reality. Jesus taught about the power of single-minded devotion. Seek first the kingdom, inviting you to center your awareness and align wholly with your desires. Science backs this research shows multitasking reduces IQ temporarily, while deep focus rewires your brain for better clarity and persistence. Here's a quirky fact: honeybees communicate by dancing, concentrating all their energy to send precise messages, nature's own lesson in focused intent. Historians still debate whether ancient hermits practiced isolation for spiritual growth or simply escape. But the Brotherhood's wisdom is clear: focus is sacred. For you, cultivating focus means creating rituals that minimize distractions and deepen your connection to your goals. Whether it's morning meditation, focused work blocks, or digital detoxes, guard your attention like precious gold. Remember, distraction dissipates your power. Focus fuels your manifestation engine. Harnessing emotion as manifestation fuel. You feel the surge of emotion rising: excitement, hope, longing. This is the Brotherhood's secret ingredient. Feeling is the fire that powers your manifestation machine. Jesus often emphasized faith filled with feeling, a trust so vivid it moves mountains. Modern psychology confirms that emotions create powerful neural pathways, conditioning your brain to recognize and attract aligned experiences. An odd fact: studies show that people who express gratitude daily report a 25% increase in happiness. A simple emotional shift with massive manifesting impact. Historians still debate how much early Christian communities valued emotional experience over doctrine, but the Brotherhood taught that passion fuels creation. For you, it means cultivating emotional states that embody your desired reality. Joy, gratitude, love, letting them infuse your daily thoughts and actions. By emotionally living your dreams now, you set in motion the invisible forces that bring those dreams into form. Overcoming resistance, the hidden saboteur. You start noticing subtle resistance, doubts, fears, distracting thoughts that quietly sabotage your manifesting efforts. The Brotherhood of Light understood this well. They called it the veil of distraction, a mental fog clouding your clarity and blocking the pineal gland's full activation. Scientific studies show that the brain's negativity bias can trap you in cycles of worry, weakening your manifestation power. Here's a quirky fact: the average human has around 60,000 thoughts per day, and up to 80% are negative or repetitive. No wonder resistance feels overwhelming. Historians still debate whether early mystics saw resistance as an external spiritual force or an internal psychological barrier. But the Brotherhood's teachings combine both perspectives. For you, the path forward is simple but not easy. Cultivate awareness of these sabotaging patterns and gently redirect your focus to positive, empowering beliefs. Techniques like mindfulness meditation, affirmations, and visualization become your tools to cut through resistance's fog. Remember, overcoming resistance is not about fighting, it's about shifting your inner state to align with the reality you wish to create. Aligning with action, manifestation meets movement. You realize manifesting isn't just about thinking or feeling, it requires inspired, aligned action. The Brotherhood of Light taught that energy flows best when your intentions are paired with deliberate steps, turning dreams into tangible reality. History shows that successful visionaries from all eras combined clear focus with purposeful effort, whether it was the builders of the pyramids or Renaissance artists manifesting their grand visions. Oddly, quantum physics now supports this, showing how observation combined with interaction collapses possibilities into reality. Historians still debate how much action was emphasized in ancient manifestation practices, but the Brotherhood highlights it as the missing link for true results. For you, this means tuning your pineal gland to divine wisdom, then moving confidently in the physical world, trusting intuition to guide your steps. Your inspired actions create momentum, opening doors and opportunities that mere wishing could never unlock. Manifestation without movement is like a car revving in neutral, plenty of energy, no progress. So prepare to step forward boldly, knowing that your sacred thoughts combined with decisive action will shape your world. The power of persistence. Staying the course in manifestation. You now face the ultimate test: persistence. The Brotherhood of Light understood that manifesting real change demands unwavering dedication, even when results seem slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. This is where most give up, but you're different. History is full of examples, from Galileo's perseverance despite persecution to modern entrepreneurs who endured failures before breakthrough. Their secret, a steadfast belief in their vision paired with relentless effort. Here's a surprising fact. Neuroscientific studies show that persistence rewires your brain, strengthening neural pathways linked to success and resilience. Historians still debate how ancient mystics cultivated this resilience, but it's clear the Brotherhood of Light embedded persistence as a cornerstone of their teachings. For you, this means continuing your daily practices, meditation, visualization, action with patience and trust. When doubt creeps in, remember the crocodile poop sunscreen moment. Sometimes the weirdest things protect you best. Persistence activates your pineal gland's deeper potential, keeping you aligned with Christ consciousness and your highest purpose. So stay the course. Your consistent faith and effort will manifest the transformation you seek. The Brotherhood's wisdom flows through your resolve, lighting the way forward. Understanding the true power of focus. You step deeper into the journey, beginning to realize that focus is not just a skill or a habit. It's the key that unlocks the limitless power within you. When you learn to steer your mind away from the noisy chaos of modern life and pour all your energy and willpower into a single goal, you're not just attracting results, you're restructuring your very reality. History shows that great individuals, from Edison, who failed thousands of times, to Da Vinci, who never stopped creating, were masters of focus. It was their persistence and concentrated effort that transformed seemingly impossible ideas into reality. And here's a fascinating fact: your brain has the ability to rewire itself, forming stronger neural connections each time you practice focus, something confirmed by modern neuroscience. Yet historians still debate whether focus alone determines success. But no one can deny that within the Brotherhood of Light's philosophy, focus is viewed as an inner magic, a gateway leading to the realm of Christ consciousness. Remember the bizarre story about crocodile poop sunscreen? Sometimes the strangest things are your best protection, and focus is exactly what you need to shield your dreams and goals from the distractions of the outside world. So put your whole soul into every moment you devote to your purpose. When you do this, you're not just focusing, you're sending powerful energy through every cell and thought, helping you transform and create reality in ways you never imagined. This journey isn't for the faint-hearted. But if you hold fast to your focus, you'll see miracles begin to unfold, and the path to success will come clearly into view. You realize now that focus alone is not enough. It requires a fierce commitment to action. Manifestation isn't a passive wish or daydream. It's a deliberate, consistent process fueled by persistent effort. You've seen it before, people watching video after video, waiting for magic to strike. But magic rarely arrives without motion. The Brotherhood of Light understood this well. Their secret wasn't just in knowing the cosmic laws. It was in applying them every day in the grind and the hustle of real life. You can't just visualize riches or health and sit back expecting the universe to drop it in your lap. Action is the vehicle that carries your intentions from the invisible realm into tangible reality. Historical figures like Nikola Tesla and Marie Curie exemplify this principle. Their breakthroughs came from years of relentless experimentation and sweat, not idle dreaming. Oddly, some of the most brilliant minds were also eccentric loners, proving that dedication often means being out of sync with the crowd. Historians still debate how much luck played into their success versus sheer persistence. The truth is likely a blend of both, but one thing is certain: without consistent action, manifestation remains an empty promise. Think back to the crocodile poop sunscreen. Sometimes the most unexpected ingredients produce the best results. Similarly, the small steps you take every day might seem insignificant, but compound into extraordinary outcomes. So don't just watch do. Take inspired, focused action every single day, even if it's just a tiny step forward. That's where real manifestation begins, and that's how the Brotherhood of Light transformed knowledge into power. As you push forward, you begin to understand that your mindset is the soil from which your manifestations grow or wither. It's not enough to act. Your beliefs and mental attitudes must align with your goals. The Brotherhood of Light guarded this truth closely. Your inner world shapes your outer reality with ruthless precision. You might have heard it said that thoughts become things, but this is more than a catchy phrase. It's an ancient law encoded in the very fabric of existence. Jesus' teachings hinted at this power, urging his followers to have faith as small as a mustard seed to move mountains. Faith here is not naive hope. It's unshakable belief coupled with unwavering focus. Historically, the Stoics, Buddhists, and mystics across cultures emphasized mastering the mind as the gateway to freedom. Oddly, modern neuroscience now confirms this, showing how neuroplasticity rewires your brain with repeated thoughts, creating pathways that reinforce either success or failure. Historians debate whether these ancient philosophies influenced early Christian thought or developed independently, but their convergence suggests a universal truth: your mental landscape is your reality's blueprint. Remember how your brain tricked you into believing that sunscreen made from crocodile poop could protect against UV rays. Sometimes our beliefs are wildly irrational, yet the power of belief itself is undeniable. The Brotherhood taught that mastering your mindset means choosing empowering beliefs and shedding limiting ones. For you, this means daily mental discipline. Guard your thoughts like a sacred garden. Water the seeds of confidence, gratitude, and possibility, and uproot doubts and fears before they take hold. This mental cultivation fuels your manifestation and activates your pineal gland, the spiritual antenna that tunes you to higher frequencies. So as you continue, know this: your mind is not just a battlefield, but a fertile ground for miracles. Nurture it wisely and watch how your world begins to shift in response. You start to see that emotions are the fuel, the energy that charges your intentions and sends them rippling through the universe. The Brotherhood of Light emphasized this without emotional resonance. Thoughts remain flat, powerless signals lost in the cosmic noise. Manifestation requires more than will, it demands feeling passion and vibrational alignment. Think back to Jesus' moments of fervent prayer, his compassion, his moments of profound love and sorrow. These were not just expressions of his humanity, but powerful energetic transmissions, stirring the invisible realms and influencing reality itself. The ancient Hermetic teachings similarly teach that emotion magnifies thought like sunlight, intensifying the energy of a seed. Here's a curious fact: scientists have found that the heart emits a measurable electromagnetic field far stronger than the brain's. This heart coherence influences your emotional and physical state, and intriguingly, it affects those around you. Historians still debate how ancient mystics understood this energetic heart connection, but the Brotherhood taught it as a core principle of awakening. Oddly, people often underestimate their emotional power, drowning in distraction or numbing feelings, unaware that every vibration they emit is a signal to the universe. The Brotherhood's secret harness emotions consciously. Joy, gratitude, and love become your manifesting accelerators. Fear, doubt, and anger are your brakes. For you, this means cultivating emotional awareness and choosing feelings that elevate your frequency. When you align your heart and mind, you activate your pineal gland's full potential and tune into the divine signal of Christ consciousness. This alignment shifts your reality from stagnant to abundant. So keep your emotions charged and your heart open. Feel deeply intentionally and watch how the universe responds with miraculous synchronicities guiding you toward your dreams. You realize now that words carry an unseen weight, each syllable a vibration that can build or dismantle the worlds you inhabit. The Brotherhood of Light held speech sacred, teaching that language is a bridge between thought and reality. When Jesus spoke, his words were not just teachings. They were incantations activating energies both seen and unseen. Consider the power behind parables and prayers, the deliberate use of sound and metaphor to bypass the conscious mind and awaken deeper knowing. This wasn't accidental storytelling. It was coded wisdom designed to ignite the pineal gland and elevate Christ consciousness within the listener. The vibrational quality of sacred words resonates on frequencies that alter brain waves and open gateways to higher realms. Here's an odd but fascinating fact. Studies of mantra chanting and sacred recitation reveal measurable changes in brain chemistry and neural patterns. The repetition of sound can induce trance states, calm the nervous system, and create energetic coherence. Scholars still debate the origins and full extent of these practices in early Christianity, but the Brotherhood preserved them as keys to unlocking spiritual power. Interestingly, language shapes your reality more than you might suspect. Negative self-talk or careless words can create limiting loops, while conscious speech reprograms your subconscious, rewriting your life script. The secret the Brotherhood guarded was simple, yet profound: speak with intention, and you speak your world into being. For you, this means watching your words like a gardener tending fragile seedlings. Nurture them with clarity, positivity, and divine alignment. Speak your truths, your visions, and your gratitude aloud. When your words align with your heart and spirit, your pineal gland activates and Christ consciousness blossoms into full view. So choose your words wisely, friend. They are the architects of your destiny, the spells that bring your dreams to life. You begin to sense that your thoughts are not mere mental chatter, they are the architects of your reality. The Brotherhood of Light taught that the mind is a sacred instrument, capable of shaping both inner and outer worlds when tuned correctly. Jesus' teachings about faith and belief weren't just moral lessons. They were instructions on mastering the creative power of thought itself. Imagine the mind as a radio dial, fine-tuning to specific frequencies that attract corresponding experiences. When your thoughts are focused and aligned with divine intent, you begin to resonate with Christ consciousness, drawing higher vibrational realities toward you. This mental alchemy is the core of true manifestation, far beyond the surface-level visualize and weight advice flooding social media. Here's an intriguing fact. Quantum physics reveals that observation affects reality at a fundamental level. The idea that consciousness shapes the material world echoes ancient spiritual teachings guarded by the Brotherhood. Historians still debate whether Jesus explicitly taught this concept or if it was transmitted through mystic traditions intertwined with his message. Yet the science and the spirit converge on one truth: your mind is the gateway to transformation. The chaos of scattered thoughts is the enemy of manifestation. Clarity and focused intention are its allies. The Brotherhood's secret knowledge shows that mastering your mental landscape activates the pineal gland's full potential, bridging the gap between the earthly and the divine. For you, this means cultivating mental discipline. Practice observing your thoughts without judgment, redirecting them toward your highest goals. Use affirmations and meditative focus to sharpen your creative power. As your mind aligns with Christ consciousness, your life begins to reflect the sacred harmony within. So guard your thoughts as fiercely as you guard your heart. In their power lies your destiny's unfolding. You now confront the often overlooked but crucial force of emotional energy, the undercurrent that colors every thought and shapes your manifestation's vibrational tone. The Brotherhood of Light knew that emotions are the fuel that amplifies your mental creations, acting like a powerful magnet for the realities you invite. Jesus' message about love, compassion, and joy was not only ethical guidance, but a master key to unlocking the highest frequencies of Christ consciousness. Picture emotions as vibrant waves of energy flowing through you, intensifying your connection to the divine, or if unmanaged, dragging you into lower vibrational states. The Brotherhood taught that to manifest effectively, you must cultivate emotional mastery, transmuting fear, doubt, and anger into love and faith. This alchemical process purifies your energy, aligning your whole being with the luminous flow of the universe. Here's a fascinating fact. Neuroscience confirms that positive emotions activate the brain's reward circuits and stimulate heart coherence, creating a harmonious biofield that extends beyond your physical body. Historians still debate how deeply Jesus' teachings integrate this science of the heart, but the resonance between ancient wisdom and modern discovery is undeniable. For you, emotional awareness is your spiritual barometer. Begin to notice how your feelings influence your energetic frequency, then intentionally choose emotions that uplift and empower. Practices like gratitude, forgiveness, and joyful celebration aren't just feel-good platitudes. They are tools the Brotherhood used to raise their vibrational state and activate their pineal gland. So cultivate your emotional landscape as a sacred garden. Nurture the fruits of love and joy, and watch as your manifestations bloom with radiant clarity and power. The path of Christ consciousness is paved not just with thoughts, but with the rich energy of your heart. You are now stepping into the vital practice of visualization, the bridge between your inner world and outer reality. The Brotherhood of Light understood that the mind's eye, when trained with clarity and intent, becomes a powerful architect of manifestation. Jesus' parables often painted vivid images to stir the imagination, subtly teaching his followers how to see beyond the physical and envision the kingdom of God within themselves. Imagine closing your eyes and conjuring the life you desire with such vividness that your brain cannot tell the difference between imagination and experience. The Brotherhood's teachings emphasize this clarity of vision, where each detail of your mental picture is infused with feeling and belief, sparking the activation of the pineal gland and tuning your frequency to the divine. A curious fact: modern psychology reveals that visualization activates the same neural pathways as actual physical experience, effectively training the brain and body to align with your desired outcome. Historians debate how explicit this practice was in early Christian mysticism, but the echoes of visualization techniques can be traced through many spiritual lineages. For you, visualization is your daily creative ritual. Begin with simple scenes and infuse them with emotion lighting and sensory detail. As you cultivate this practice, your mind becomes a fertile ground where the seeds of your dreams take root and flourish, propelled by the potent energy of Christ consciousness. So wield your imagination as the sacred wand it is. Paint your future with intention and watch as the universe conspires to make it real. This is the hidden art of manifestation the Brotherhood of Light has passed down, waiting for you to claim it. Now you dive into the sacred discipline of aligned action, where faith meets effort in the dance of manifestation. The Brotherhood of Light taught that dreaming and visualizing alone aren't enough. You must move with intention and courage through the world to birth your desires into reality. Jesus' life was a testament to this principle. His miracles combined deep spiritual knowing with purposeful deeds that changed lives. Picture yourself stepping forward, every movement purposeful, each decision infused with the clarity of your vision and the strength of your belief. The Brotherhood emphasized that aligned action activates the pineal gland by harmonizing your energy with the flow of the universe, turning spiritual insight into tangible results. Here's an interesting fact. Neuroscientists have discovered that the brain's motor cortex lights up not only when you perform actions, but also when you vividly imagine doing so, reinforcing the power of combining thought with deed. Historians still debate how much early Christian communities emphasize this balance, but the evidence of action paired with faith is undeniable. For you, this means crafting daily habits that reflect your highest intentions, whether small steps or bold leaps. Each act feeds the manifestation process and strengthens your connection to Christ consciousness. Resistance, fear, and doubt are natural, but the Brotherhood encourages perseverance as the key to breakthrough. So get up and move in alignment with your dreams. Let your actions be prayers in motion, sacred expressions of your inner transformation. This fusion of spirit and deed is the true engine of manifestation, and it's waiting for you to ignite it. You enter the realm of sacred surrender, a paradoxical but powerful step on the path to real manifestation. The Brotherhood of Light understood that while aligned action is essential, it must be balanced with surrender, releasing attachment to outcomes and trusting in the divine orchestration behind the scenes. Jesus himself demonstrated this in the Garden of Gethsemane, where surrender to a higher will opened the gateway to ultimate transformation. Imagine the relief and power in letting go, the tension easing as you accept that some forces are beyond control. This surrender does not mean passivity. Rather, it is a conscious choice to flow with life's currents while maintaining your inner clarity and purpose. The Brotherhood taught that this balance between effort and surrender activates the pineal gland by harmonizing your spirit with cosmic timing and wisdom. Oddly, modern science has found that the relaxation response, the body's way of calming stress, can enhance creativity, problem-solving, and even physical healing. Historians still debate how early mystics articulated this concept, but it has been central to spiritual traditions worldwide. For you, embracing sacred surrender means cultivating trust and patience, recognizing when to act and when to yield. This dance allows manifestation to unfold naturally, free from the friction of resistance, opening space for miracles to occur. So release the tight grip on your desires and lean into the wisdom of the unseen. In surrender, you find your greatest strength, and through this paradox, the light of Christ consciousness shines brightest within you. You move now into the potent practice of visualization, a tool revered by the Brotherhood of Light, as a direct gateway to manifesting Christ consciousness in your reality. Visualization isn't just daydreaming. It's the deliberate crafting of mental images infused with emotion and intent, programming your mind and spirit to align with your highest desires. Jesus, in his moments of prayer and teaching, harnessed this power, inviting his followers to see the kingdom of God within and around them. Picture yourself painting vivid, radiant scenes in your mind, your goals already achieved, your spirit glowing with divine light. The Brotherhood taught that these inner visions activate the pineal gland, tuning your consciousness to the frequencies where miracles reside. This practice bridges the gap between thought and reality, turning ethereal hopes into tangible experiences. Interestingly, neuroscientific studies confirm that visualization activates the same brain regions involved in actual sensory experiences, reinforcing the power of mental rehearsal. Historians debate whether early Christians explicitly practiced visualization, but the enduring symbolism and parables suggest a hidden acknowledgement of this method. For you, this means dedicating time daily to immersive, heartfelt visualization, bathing your imagination in Christ consciousness. This mental rehearsal creates a magnetic field, drawing your dreams from the spiritual plane into the physical world. So embrace visualization as your sacred art, an intentional act of co-creation with the universe. Through it, you breathe life into the secret knowledge of the Brotherhood, making your divine potential undeniable. As you deepen your journey, you confront the transformative power of belief, the unshakable faith that fuels true manifestation and awakening within the Brotherhood of Light. Belief here is not mere hope or wishful thinking. It's a potent magnetic force that shapes your inner world and commands the universe to respond. Jesus embodied this with unwavering conviction, declaring that faith as small as a mustard seed could move mountains. Visualize belief as a luminous core within your chest, radiating warmth and certainty throughout your being. The Brotherhood taught that this core, when strengthened and nurtured, activates the pineal gland, opening channels to divine wisdom and power. Belief is the spark that ignites your connection to Christ consciousness and transforms abstract ideas into living realities. Interestingly, psychological research reveals that belief shapes neural pathways, influencing perception, behavior, and resilience, essentially rewiring your brain for success and spiritual growth. Historians still debate how the early followers of Jesus understood and taught the nature of faith, but the Brotherhood's teachings emphasize belief as the foundation of all spiritual progress. For you, cultivating unwavering belief means releasing doubt and embracing certainty in your divine potential. It's the daily affirmation that you are worthy and capable of manifesting your highest purpose through Christ consciousness. So nurture your belief like a sacred flame. Let it burn bright within you, illuminating your path and calling forth the miraculous as you walk the ancient illuminated way of the Brotherhood of Light. Now you approach the vital practice of intentional action, the bridge that turns spiritual insight into tangible transformation. The Brotherhood of Light understood that manifestation is not passive dreaming, but deliberate doing. Jesus' teachings emphasized not only faith, but also the courage to act in alignment with divine will, embodying Christ consciousness through purposeful deeds. Picture yourself standing at a crossroads, clarity shining like a beacon above. The choice is yours. To move forward with conscious intent or remain stalled in hesitation. The Brotherhood taught that the pineal gland, once activated by belief and aligned energy, inspires decisive action, a sacred dance where spirit and will unite to shape reality. Oddly enough, neuroscience supports this ancient wisdom. Intention sets neural circuits in motion, activating brain regions linked to goal pursuit and emotional regulation. Historians debate how early Christians balanced contemplation with action, but the Brotherhood's teachings insist that awakening demands both inner vision and outward expression. For you, this means translating your spiritual awakenings into daily steps, whether small or bold, that honor your highest purpose. Manifestation unfolds in this sacred interplay of knowing and doing, where your light ignites change, not just within, but in the world around you. So step forward with confidence. Let your actions echo the divine resonance sparked by the Brotherhood of Light, weaving your destiny with clarity, power, and grace. Here, at the final threshold, you encounter the profound truth of lasting transformation, the integration of awakened Christ consciousness into every fiber of your being. The Brotherhood of Light revealed that true mastery is not an endpoint, but a living, breathing process, a daily renewal of alignment between your mind, body, and soul with divine purpose. Visualize your entire self glowing softly with radiant light, each breath a harmonious symphony with the universe. This integration transcends fleeting moments of insight. It is the full embodiment of the wisdom, energy, and love that Christ consciousness offers. Jesus himself lived this truth, balancing divine awareness with human experience, showing you that spiritual awakening is meant to be lived, not just understood. Historically, mystics across traditions spoke of this state, often called union or illumination, as the pinnacle of spiritual journeying. Scholars continue to explore how this union influenced early Christian thought, yet the Brotherhood of Light keeps this knowledge alive, reminding you that integration is the key to lasting change. An odd but fascinating fact: modern psychology describes a similar concept as self-actualization, the highest stage of human development where your true potential blossoms fully. The Brotherhood's ancient teachings anticipated this, guiding you to live authentically and powerfully. For you, integration means embracing your awakened self with courage and compassion, allowing Christ consciousness to shape your thoughts, emotions, and actions continuously. It is a commitment to embodying light in every moment, shining steadily through life's challenges and joys. So take a deep breath, feel the sacred flame within, and step into your divine wholeness. The Brotherhood of Light's path is now yours to walk radiant and unshakable, a beacon for yourself and the world.